good, YouTube? What's poppin'? Just about to make this YouTube video before I go to work, make some quick bread. Before I start this video, I want to say thank you for clicking on this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. So in this video, I want to talk about what financial freedom means to me, right? So what is financial freedom, right? Before I even begin, what is financial freedom? Financial freedom is the ability to live the life that you want, not relying on ultimately a paycheck and the money you get from an employer, right? Or just in general. And I want to first start off and say this: you're not ever gonna attain you're never gonna attain financial freedom working a job and working that 9 to 5 all your life. You're never gonna attain financial freedom. Why? Because of the fact that your job, so let's say you're worth $1 million, right? You're worth $1 million. Your job is gonna give you $500,000. If you're worth $100,000, they're gonna give you $50,000. If you're worth $60,000, they're gonna give you $30,000. They're never gonna give you the amount of money that you're actually worth. Why? Because of the fact that it doesn't work like that. It never works like that. So I wanted to say this: like, the moment you get that paycheck and where you put that money determines if you will get financial freedom, right? You can get financial freedom, right, working the job, right? But you're not gonna get it being reliant on the job. You're not gonna get it being dependent on the job. So let's say, like I said, let's say you get a paycheck and you're using that money to pay the bills, obviously, and the extra money you have after paying the bills and after the taxes were taken from your paycheck, where are you spending that money? Where is that money going? Is it going to buying jewelry? Is it going to buying a new car? Is it going to investments, right? If it's going to investments, then you know where you're gonna go. You know where you're headed because you're focusing your money onto investments instead of liabilities, right? And that's what I'm doing. Even though I'm working a job, I'm using it, like I said in the previous video, to invest. I'm using it to save, to invest more in the future. I have my plan ready, right? And you should too. So financial freedom is not attainable being reliant on a job. It's not. Because when you're working a job all your life, you have to work your life around the schedule your employer gives you, right? You don't make the hours. You don't say what time you can come in. You don't have no say, right? And when you get off that job, you have such a limited amount of time given to yourself, right? Given like to yourself solely, right? And that's not even including the time you give to your family, the time you give to other people, right? I'm talking about yourself. Like, how much time do you have to give to yourself, right? And that's the end goal, right? But when you have investments, right, making you money passively, like real estate and stocks in your business, you have multiple things. You have G-Wagon. You are not dependent on one thing, right, but multiple things. So let's say I get fired from my job and I have other investments that are providing me the lifestyle that I desire, then I'm not going to be stressing because I have things that are providing me money as well as other things, right? But if you only have that job and let you get fired, you're going to be like, damn, like, what job can I get next? What can I do to get this next paycheck to pay my bills, to bring food for my family, right? And that's a really sad life to live because you're relying on someone else to give you that piece of paper. It's not a good life. It's not a good life. So, like I said, when you have investments and you have things that are appreciating and giving you passive income, you can live the life you want, because you can have the time to go the places you desire, to see the places you want to see, to just do all these things that you want to do, instead of working everything around this schedule. 9 to 5, right? 10 to 7, 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Like, you're putting most of your life into a job that's not giving you anything but money, right? However, if you're working that job to learn a skill, that's a different story, because you're taking advantage of that job so you can better yourself in the future when you don't need that job, right? So I was talking to my friend, shout out to Gabby. She's a real estate agent. And I told her, I'm like, yo, once you master the flow of being a real estate agent, you can then utilize that information, utilize that skill for yourself. You can find properties for yourself. And she was like, yeah, I know. So I'm glad she knows that. But that's you can do that with a lot of other jobs, right? Not just being a real estate agent. So when you utilize a skill from a job, that's a different story. But when you're just working at a job just to get money, that's where it becomes an issue, right? And you're gonna be consistently relying on that employer, right? And that's called a rat race, right? Because you're getting money, getting taxed on that money, and spending what's left. Getting money, get taxed on the money, then spending what's left. You're in a cycle of needing money. When you need something, that's not a good place to be, because you're like chasing it. But when you have thousands of units of real estate, of apartments, then you're chilling, because you got all this passive income coming to your name, and you're reinvesting it back into more property. It's just like, you can't lose that way. You cannot lose that way when you're taking that risk to put money into assets, right? But when you're being comfortable in life, working for that job, you lose. Ultimately, you lose. And when you look back on your life, when you're like 60 years old, you're like, or 70, you're like, damn, I could have did something much better than work for this person for all my life. And you're gonna regret not taking that leap to using your money more wisely than you did when you were 40 or 50 or 30 or 20 at least, or 18 or 19, right? So I want you guys to really take in the knowledge that I'm giving you, because financial freedom is very important for your life and the life you desire to live. So share this video, like, comment, subscribe, right? And thank you for watching.